gang, does it seem more dead around here than usual?
Oh yeah, I've been working from home because of the coronavirus, kind of, which is weird for the SCP Foundation.
Yeah, no, I've been staying around at the SCP Foundation building because it is like a million times safer than everything that's going on out there.
Well, everything's quarantined already. I mean, but it is. I appreciate how seriously they take it because they work remotely at the foundation. I think we might be the only living people on site right now.
Yeah, you don't understand. I had to use a Blockbuster gift card in order to get into this place.
That's kind of intense.
Yeah, that's how quarantined this place is.
And it was accepted.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I had to make sure there was exactly $69.69 on the gift card.
Nice. Nice. So what are we looking for? We're looking for something.
I'm
again,
sorry.
right?
My brain is still wrapping around.
I kind of don't want to get into what I'm looking for here.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna see if hold on, let me. Yeah, it's still Hennessy. It's still Hennessy, you guys.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's hard to do this bit when we just had a whole fucking conversation about doing.
Yeah, I'm kind of here trying to find a ghost to have oral sex with.
Look, there's enough ghosts here in the Foundation, or other spectral entities. I'm sure it's possible.
I'm kind of specifically looking for like an old Hollywood ghost, but I'll take what I can get.
I wonder if there's actually an SCP about that.
Choice dregs, everybody.
Yeah, there's a very good choice dregs.
Oh my god.
Which is hidden behind a paywall called
Patreon.
Give Us Money, please. Patreon. Patrons get it.
$1 a month.
You'll get it a week after. Patrons will get it a week after this. Minimum $1. You get the entire backlog of.
I can assure you, this next choice dregs is absolutely worth paying to get behind the paywall.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god.
But in the meantime, welcome to Undercooked Analysis. And here we are doing an SCP Roundup and continuing with Confinement Edition. We haven't actually done this in quite a while. It's been a while. I am your host, David King, joined as always by my co-hosts, Kaela King, my wife, and
Jesus Christ!
Damn it!
Wife.
Sorry.
It feels weird doing that now that
Can't do
Borat's
that
a thing
anymore.
again.
God damn it! I love you too, SCP. But
We also have our and of course Allen, my fellow co-host and resident expert on ghost relations, Alan Chaney.
Yes.
and
Just an expert in the sense that I am way more interested in it than most people probably are.
it's kind of true. And
It's just me and Dan Aykroyd, really.
But then again, and we also have Gracie with us because Gracie is the other way we get into the Foundation.
I love you too, SCP.
But she's being really obnoxious because she wants us to play with her instead of recording.
Talked
this
at
podcast.
length about how weird that was, by the way.
What, the whole choice dregs about how we spent?
The fact that Dan Aykroyd just like they cut a whole sequence from the film Ghostbusters, but Dan Aykroyd made them leave in the scene where he almost got blown by a ghost.
So that was part of a longer scene?
Yeah, that was part of a longer sequence.
Are you shitting me?
And I don't know if anyone knows this about Dan Aykroyd, but he really, really believes in ghosts and the supernatural, and really, really wants to be sexually active with a ghost.
So this was some self-insert fanfic shit.
Pretty much.
Okay. Well.
Also, Crystal Skull vodka is pretty smooth. Anyway.
We've seen the bottle. Actually, weirdly enough, the Crystal Skull bottle that is in was in the Shovel Werewolf that you were in.
It was a Crystal Skull vodka bottle.
Which was weird. Like, it was like, why is Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull vodka bottle a part of this?
I'm not big on vodka, but Crystal Skull's pretty smooth.
Isn't it like pretty expensive?
It's as far as I know, it's a little pricey.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad there isn't a machine that like deposits.
Look, I'm trying, but it's still Hennessy. Every time. Hennessy.
We jammed the shit out of that button.
That or it's got a vendetta against us. Like it knows us, and it's like, oh, there's those wacky people again with their weird dog and their Blockbuster gift card. Here's another Hennessy for you.
At least it's free.
Oh, well. Anyway, we're following in the footsteps of our good friend Connor, the D-class SCP created by Lord Bung in the fantastic animated series. We're on episode 5, The Swordsman, and I liked this episode quite a lot. But as always with the Confinement series, we are looking at the SCPs that inspired those. And for once, we don't have a huge jumble of SCPs. We just kind of have one, although Kaela did find a link to a SCPJ that might be fun to round out the episode with.
Yeah. Because the whole episode is inspired by SCP 2200.
Yeah.
So, but it might not. I look through it and I'm like, I don't think it's long enough. When we get to like,
if we find that we breeze through it,
yeah, then I think like the J is very short. The next one is pretty short, and it's fairly silly.
Okay.
So, but. This one,
this should be interesting.
Yeah, wait until we get to episode 5 and 6 and we discuss the fucking IKEA.
Oh yeah, the infinite IKEA.
If you look at that page, it's so goddamn long. Like, a whole episode's gonna be dedicated to it.
Knowing us, we might be on this one for a little bit because it's us. But we'll see. If we have enough time at the end, I would be totally happy to explore the other one.
Yeah, it's fairly short, so.
Yes. So I'm pulling up the file in the archives here. Yeah, SCP 2200.
Alan, do you have it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. So this is the inspiration for the. And we can look at it and talk about it in relation to the episode as always. It's good times. All right. Alan, would you like to start us off with this one?
Sure. Item number SCP-2200. Object class Keter.
It's been a while since we've done a Keter. Have we ever done a Keter class? Oh no, we've done a Keter. We've done Keter class before, but it's been a while. It's been a while since we've done a Keter class.
Are we gonna do this by paragraph or?
I just freaked Gracie out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we doing how high your voice can go? Actually, I can't right now. There we go.
Whoa. That was cool. Why don't let's do it by paragraph, and then I know when we get to everyone's favorite interview section, there's an interview down here. We can decide who is playing what character.
Special containment procedures. The current instance of SCP-2202 is to be kept in a standard humanoid containment chamber at Biosite 59. To prevent the relocation of SCP-2201, a minimum of 5 armed security personnel must escort SCP-2200-2 to Termination Chamber T-28 once a month to assist in routine D-class cycling. In the event SCP-2200-1 relocates, Mobile Task Force Epsilon 30, Blade Fielders, is to be deployed to seek out and contain the new SCP-2200-2 instance.
That might be my favorite task force nickname we've heard.
Blade Fielders.
It's pretty rad.
I like it.
I feel like this is like
while you were studying. Oh my god, how does that fucking quote go? I was studying the Blade Fielders.
While you were trying to escape, I
was studying the Blade Fielders.
I feel like Blade Fielder sounds like a name of a group that's like a Power Rangers knockoff.
I do get that vibe, actually. Kaela, would you like to see the next paragraph?
Sure. The area of the land encompassing SCP-22003 has been designated Site 502, with Foundation faculty members living as residents in the town proper. As SCP-22003 is populated by an anomalous individuals, faculty may acknowledge the existence of the anomalous activity in general, but are not to divulge details on any SCP object besides SCP-2200. Each staff member living on site is to submit a weekly report detailing their experience and interactions.
That must be a fun town.
Okay, so
that matches up with the
storyline, because when the animation opens, you see a town of people, like silver people.
Oh yeah, exactly. It was a good way to start too. Grabs you immediately. For all intents and purposes, SCP-2200-3 is to remain an autonomous community with minimal political and social interference by the Foundation. Additional intervention may be ordered by the presiding on-site staff leader at their discretion. As a number of inert instances are already in storage for testing and archival purposes, additional inert SCP-2200-4 are to be collected and melted down for use in funding Foundation activities.
What?
They're melting down the dead silver people, and using them like minting money. Minting straight up silver.
Oh my god.
That's holy shit. That is choice. I know. This is what we're inferring from the episode, of what we know about the episode. I've never read this one before.
So in the episode, it just so happens like they decided to go all like crazy and start killing a bunch of the SCP Foundation people, and they're like, "We are the gods," da da da. And then when it comes to then Connor actually meets basically the. How do I just...
The current wielder of the sword.
How do we describe this current wielder of the sword?
It's comic book guy, basically.
It's comic book guy. And every time he kills Connor, a silver husk is left in that environment. I just realized they probably are like, oh my god, we have so much silver now, we can use it.
You imagine they could just use if they were really heartless, they could just use Connor to like just create infinite silver. Yeah. For all we know, that was their real scheme.
Sounds like a thing they'd do.
Yep.
Is it me?
Yes. It is you.
Description. SCP-2200 is the collective designation of several interrelated anomalous phenomena. Anomalous phenomena.
Phenomena.
SCP-2200-1 is a sword 80 centimeters in length, composed of an alloy of silver and copper, estimated to have been constructed between 1000 and 500 BCE. SCP-2200-1 is luminescent, giving off blue light at a level of brightness directly proportional to the number of SCP-2200-4 subjects residing in SCP-2200-3.
It glows when orcs are near.
Similarly, increased numbers of SCP-2200-4 subjects reverses deterioration caused by SCP-2200-1's age, making it a more effective weapon.
The more there are, the better it is.
Okay, so the more it kills, the cleaner it gets, or the nicer it looks. It must have looked like shit when they first made it.
Well, it depends on how they discovered it. Hopefully there's an acquisition log or something.
SCP-22002 refers to the human individual who is currently bonded with the SCP-22001. SCP-22002 subjects cannot separate themselves from SCP. I should probably just say 2200. SCP-2201, and any attempt to forcefully remove it from the subject's grasp will result in the immediate death of the subject. Please don't fuck with this person, especially if they're a comic book guy.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he does sound like a typical, like, it's like, well, you were doing this, and I...
Well, he even said that I was studying the blade.
Or the
no blockchain.
Or it's like, hello, Connor. How do you think I knew your name? I figured they just told me. The sword told me. Oh my goodness. Death of the subject. Similarly, surgical removal of the hand or arm bonded to SCP-2201 will also result in death when an SCP-2202 instant dies. SCP-2201 anonymously relocates into the hand of another individual and instantly bonds with them.
So if you take the sword from the wielder dies.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Wait. Does that mean it's always stuck to their hand? Like if they can never let go?
No, well, they said they could. It says they can forcefully remove. They can forcefully remove it, but if it does, the subject immediately dies. So they have to hold it.
Well, let me put it to you this way.
Also, if they die, the sword just jumps to someone else's hand.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what if they drop it?
What if they won't?
I think it sticks to their hands. Is what they're saying.
Okay.
If they forcefully remove it, though, they die. There is no apparent limit to the distance SCP-2201 can travel when transporting itself to a new subject. SCP-2201 appears to selectively bond with subjects that share a similar set of traits. See document 2200-A.
Oh no.
Which suggests that it may be intelligent to some degree. Bonding with SCP-2201 will cause subjects to suffer from an anomalous form of argyrosis?
There's a skin
condition caused by high quantities of silver in the body.
Yeah,
okay.
if you've seen like pictures of people who like ingest colloidal silver, which used to be in like snake oil and stuff like that, their skin turns blue.
Oh, yeah.
Now I gotta see pictures of this.
Which causes the skin to rapidly develop a distinct blue hue. If an SCP-2202 subject does not end a human life for an extended period of time, SCP-2201 will relocate itself. Oh, so eventually the sword will say, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. I could see that. Wow. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture.
I don't want to see the gross ones, though. There's
Sorry.
some gross ones in there. There's some gross eyeball images in there. And of course, I'm immediately like, Squick Central, leaving now. Ugh.
Yeah, Alan. Why does it keep showing the eyes though?
There must be something specific about the eyes when you have that condition.
It might be because like it does. I mean, the eyes do look like they're affected. So
they look gross, is what they look like. Oh gosh. Okay, turning away from that forever. Pretending I didn't see that. Alan.
Oh.
Yes. Well said.
Ting tang.
After bonding with SCP-2200-1, SCP-2200-2 subjects experience heightened epinephrine and testosterone levels. Immediately gain an understanding of SCP-2200 in its entirety. These factors, combined with the SCP-2200-2 subject's background, see document 2200-A, have invariably resulted in SCP-2200-2 killing those around them with SCP-2200-1.
SCP-2200-3 is 50 kilometers area of land located in
Redacted.
Whenever a person is killed by SCP-22001, a likeness of the individual formed out of an anomalous silver-based alloy, SCP-22004, will appear in SCP-22003. Despite being made of inorganic material, instances of SCP-22004 are fully animate and capable of vocalization. Interviews have shown that instances share the personality and memories of the victim they resemble.
All right, we've all been drinking a lot of Hennessy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm going to be burping like a motherfucker.
Yeah, Hennessy does that to you. Because of their metallic composition, SCP-2204 cease aging after their conversion and are resistant to physical damage. SCP-2204 do not need to eat, drink, or sleep in order to sustain themselves, but may perform these actions if they so choose. Instances of SCP-2204 that leave SCP-2203 will cease animation upon setting foot outside the designated 50-kilometer space. SCP-2204 instances seem to be innately aware of the dimensions of the safe area. Any that leave remain permanently inert and cannot be restored by being returned to SCP-2203.
Now, this feels like it's almost like a weird afterlife.
It's true.
Okay. I mean, I'm not sure how good this afterlife is, but What? Okay. If this is considered a guaranteed afterlife, would you be okay being killed by the sword?
I don't know.
I think part of the issue is that you're stuck on 50 kilometers of land for the rest of existence.
That's true. That's not that much, and you feel kind of stuck. I don't know, because
we don't know where this is. I mean, it could be on a tropical island somewhere, or it could be like in New Jersey or something.
Yeah, it could be in bumfuck nowhere. But
it could be in Alaska. It could be in the middle of like the Gobi Desert. Like, you could pick up. There's some pretty inhospitable places that could show up.
Because I think of that San Junipero situation from Black Mirror, which if like that was offered to me, I'd take it in a heartbeat. Because
yeah, but at least with San Junipero, you're guaranteed a cool simulation of like this one town through different time periods.
Yeah, and you can change it whenever you want, and then also you have the ability, like if you're like tired of it, you can actually cancel it. They actually do say that in the episode. So this is, and it's one of those like, here's a guaranteed afterlife. This is kind of an interesting thing.
Oh yeah. So yeah, but that's an interesting question to pose. I don't think I would take this, but well, to each their own. The problem is, like, most of the people who end up here are probably people who aren't willing because they were just killed by a sword.
Yeah. What about you, Alan?
Probably not.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna pass on this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass on this one. I think yes, we're back around to you, Mr. Cheney.
Document 2200-A. Characteristics shared by SCP-2200-2 subjects. Between 15 and 45 years of age. Physically active. Strong fear of death. Negative view of what happens after death. And psychological/emotional instability.
I just realized 15 to 45 years of age. Could you imagine this like 15-year-old kid with like a sword in hand?
I could imagine it. I totally could. Oh, interview time. So who wants to play what part?
We
got Dr. Stems. We got SCP-2200-2.037, a 36-year-old male from British Columbia.
I want to be Dr. Stems.
You want to be Dr. Stems?
Yeah.
Okay. For this first one, I can take.
I can do the forward.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
Or I'll say like the beginning, like the begin log and all that. Like
do the little instances.
Yeah. Interviewed SCP-2200-2.037, a 36-year-old male from British Columbia. Interviewer, Dr. Stems. Forward. Interview was conducted on redacted 2 days after SCP-2200-20.037 was detained. Begin log.
All right, we're going to run through this one more time for the records. Please describe the series of events that transpired after SCP-2200-1 appeared in Yo Hang.
Oh my god.
Well, one moment I was just sitting in my bedroom reading when all of a sudden I had this vision. I saw this place where people could live forever. I mean, on an intellectual level, I was aware that what I saw was impossible. At the same time, I was convinced it was true. I knew that I could send people there with a sword.
What was your first course of action?
I waited until dark. I live alone, so nobody noticed me going out in the middle of the night. Whenever I came across some homeless person sleeping alone, I'd slit their throat or stab them in the heart or something like that. It went on for a few nights until I got caught by the cops. They turned me over to you guys, and, well, here I am.
I see. Anything else you'd like to add?
I see.
Don't go out tonight. I want to make it clear that I'm not a psychopath or anything. I sent those people away because death could have come for them at any moment. What if they weren't right with God? The way I see it, when someone is sent to that place, they're basically guaranteed eternal life. I was eliminating the risk of hell for them, you know? I know it sounds terrible, but I had good intentions. I wasn't really killing them, just sending them to heaven. Kind of. Or at least keeping them safe from the alternative.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, Stabs.
End log.
All right. Why don't we switch cases for this one?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Because this is a...
I think I might have to take the interviewed.
Okay.
Because
It's a lady.
not just a lady. Well, we're not.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
I see who this is. Wow.
Yeah. I'm only 2 years older than this person, so it's kind of weird.
All right. Do you want to still be the researcher for this one, Alan?
Sure.
Okay. I'll do the...
They have a different name, but I'm going to be using the same voice.
That's
Hell
fine.
yeah.
They might as well be the same
Hell
person.
yeah.
Interviewed SCP 2200-2.082, a 29-year-old female from Washington, USA.
Hells yeah.
You aged backward a couple of years,
Yeah,
but I can understand
Well,
that.
this could have been. I might have had this interview 2 years ago.
Well, we did have this interview 2 years ago. Well, I
Remember 2 years ago when you went on a murdering spree?
Yeah, that was fucking weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you got better.
Yeah. I'll
You
call
didn't
it
kill
that.
enough people. Gracie made you feel better. And that's when you stole Gracie from the Foundation.
Yeah. This is. I guess this might be my origin story
This is great. Everybody, prepare for Kayla's origin story.
for how I came to work at the SCP Foundation.
Interviewer, researcher Iwataki. Forward. Interview was conducted on redacted 3 weeks after SCP 2200-2.082 was detained. Begin log.
What's up, bitches? Okay, we're going to be recording this time. If you're ready, please describe the series of events that transpired after SCP-22-1 appeared in your hot little hand.
I immediately knew that my life was pretty much over. I know that I couldn't let go of this sword.
All right, I forgot how 2 years ago you were also a Southern Belle.
Yeah, you remember when I went through that Southern phase? That was a weird time. Ever. All my plans for my life, my career, my family, all of it was gone. But at the same time, I guess I thought I had an opportunity. Now, okay, also weirdly enough, if you visit like the Portland area, they have kind of slight Southern accents, and I don't know why. Like, it's such a weird fucking thing.
Were you happy with the situation?
No, God, no. I would have given anything to stop what happened.
So, why'd you do it?
Don't you judge me. Not for a second. What would you do if you could keep your loved ones alive forever? My sister died when she was 6. How could I be sure that my kids wouldn't die young too? Yeah, this isn't me. This is definitely not my origin story.
20-second pause.
I may have saved them, but I hated doing it. Destroyed me. Honestly, after I finished with my family, saving strangers felt like a walk in the park in comparison. God, I still can't believe any of this happened. I'm surprised the police didn't just shoot me on the spot.
Hey, future David, during when that 20-second pause is supposed to be happening, can you play a bit of Six Underground?
Sure.
And also, can you leave in me explaining it after the fact?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet.
Wait,
That's what usually happens. It makes things much more difficult for us.
if you see my family, please tell them I'm sorry.
I'll pass that on. Thank you for your cooperation. I know these past few weeks haven't been easy for you.
Oh man. All right, I got a nutty idea. We got a third one. New recasting. Who dis?
I'll take the researcher.
Okay.
Alan, do you want to take this 60-year-old male religious leader?
Sure.
You can even do the same voice.
Or do you want to be the interview? Well, yeah.
No, go ahead. Be Pittenger. You can be Pittenger.
Okay.
I'll do the lead in. Interviewed SCP 2200-4.00581, a 68-year-old male religious leader in SCP 2200-3.
Oh, so this is one of the silver people.
Oh. Interviewer, researcher Pittenger. Begin log.
If you would, please describe the Exodus movement to me as if I was unfamiliar with it.
Certainly. Here in Soulberg, or Silverville, whatever you want to call it, there are a multitude of people who fear what awaits when they cross the threshold and give up their life. Those of us who are of faith believe that it is more of a purgatory than the paradise that God intended for us. You see, this place is founded on the fear of what happens after death. Once you've been sent here by the sword, you can postpone your fate as long as you like. Your life will only end when you cross the city limits. The Exodus movement is a religious initiative that seeks to help Soulberg citizens come to terms with their mortality and willingly pass on to the next world.
If you believe in an afterlife, why have you yourself not crossed the threshold as well?
Some of us believers have to remain and maintain the church and continue to spread the good news. As much as I desire to meet my heavenly father, George Kennedy, I stay behind so that I might aid those who are still shackled by fear and doubt.
Opponents of the Exodus movement have accused you of merely wanting to reduce overpopulation and increase your field of influence. How do you answer these allegations?
I can understand why they would think such things.
God damn it.
As long as the church has existed, so have its critics, even among believers. There are those who believe crossing the threshold to be a sin as it equates to suicide. Disagreements are a given in matters of religion.
Any additional comments you would like me to record?
Society is built upon man's fear of death, you see. Whether you believe in heaven or hell, afterlife or finality, you must ask yourself, is the pursuit of immortality truly virtuous? By choosing to remain safe in our silver shells, we rob ourselves of our dignity. By fearing death, we only give it more power.
End log. Dun da da da. You know what? That's a good SCP.
It actually has an interesting theme too. Like, again, the whole idea of whether or not it is worth it to be like hold off death.
Yeah. Whether it's worth it to stop the clock.
Yeah. Because I mean, like I mentioned before, there's something that's a guaranteed afterlife, there is an appeal to that. Like knowing, like, and it's for a certain thing. Like, oh, if I get killed by the sword, I will end up here no matter what. And
you get to choose when you clock out.
Exactly. But at the same time, that could be seen as, is it worth it? Like, is this type of life worth living or not?
Yeah, Gracie, you tell him.
So yeah, this actually had a pretty good meaning. I like it.
Me too. And I can see how this could be the foundation for an entire episode, especially when you're dealing with a character who can die multiple times.
Oh yeah.
So I can see where like the inspiration came from, and then we know why it's called Soulberg. Why they call it Soulberg in the episode? Because I think at one point they do just refer to it as Soulberg.
They do call it Soulberg, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a cool one. I like this. I like the philosophy, the metaphysics, the weirdness, and I could see it why it's Keter, because it's really hard to control, but it's not like over the top like some of them, like some of the Keter class ones you'd read about. It's not the death lizard for damn sure. The hard to kill reptile. Yeah. I give this one 4 different instances of the same SCP out of a mass exodus from Soulberg. In terms of freshness ratings,
I give this Dan Aykroyd driving out immediately to this place to question all these people and figure out if they're ghosts or not.
just at the border of the town, like, all right, if you walk past here and you become a ghost, would you suck my dick?
Yes, that is the question he would ask.
Those are good freshness ratings.
What's your freshness rating, Alan?
I'm tired.
Good freshness rating, Alan.
Great Hennessy there too. What a good time we've all had here. Do we want to do the other one, or do we want to call it here for the night?
I mean, the other one is has to do with a cockroach, or because
I'm down with this being a quick one.
okay, yeah, we could save this one for another fun time.
Okay,
Another
Yeah.
fun time.
another fun time.
Again, it
Because they
was-
mentioned cockroach people in the episode.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure this will be a long enough.
Well,
episode.
considering the object class for SCP 723J is a little frowny face, I think this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah. Do you want to?
He's so sad, frowny face emoji.
Let's just do like a J episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God, let's do a J episode.
Oh my
You know,
God.
next time, let's take a break from confinement and do a J episode.
That's a good idea. And then we can use this one for sure. I get an idea. Listeners, if you have a J episode you want to recommend, please send us to it. Let us know.
Pitch us your favorite SCPJs, and we'll look at them and consider.
We want to stress that we were referring to the joking SCP articles, the one that ends in -J. Because a J episode also kind of sounds like jerking off.
Well, considering the choice dregs.
Oh
that
my
came out of
God,
this.
yeah.
Which I should remind everybody, if you want to hear the backlog of all the random nonsense we do, plus the choice dregs we release every other week after these episodes, you can become a patron at any.
Yeah,
Any
you're gonna
donation
want
level.
to listen to the one after this one.
Oh, absolutely.
And then also you can join the Discord channel.
Yeah, you get access to our Discord. You can where we hang out and do things. If you want to submit stories for us to read on this show, patrons get priority. Although anybody could submit a story for us to read and critique on Undercooked Analysis, just email the story to midnightmarinara@gmail.com and we will look into it. There's still a couple stories we have, but archive's running a little thin right now. So we could use your submissions. So if you want us to read something, critique it, please feel free to send it to us. We are all more than happy to read it, give you full credit, give you plenty of feedback, maybe make dumb jokes all around your story, but ultimately try and help with our feedback. That's really what we do here. By the way, speaking of writing submissions, y'all, as of this recording, we do not have long to go until November 30th.
David's birthday.
My birthday. If you want to do something nice for me for my birthday, you'll finish your entries for the Boo Olympics Creepy Cooking Staff Writing Challenge, which is still running. We extended the deadline. We were gonna originally wrap it up on Halloween, but we only got one entry. All you have to do is go to the links down in the show notes or in the description, check out the prompts, and write a short story based on one of the writing prompts that was presented in Creepy Cooking Staff. It's a pretty even playing field right now. You get your foot in the door, your odds are pretty good.
Plus, there's cash prizes.
Yes, there's cash prizes, and your stuff gets read on the show. So yeah, just do it for me. At the very least, do it for me.
Grand Prize winner gets to co-host an episode with me where we talk about fucking ghosts.
You know what? Sure.
You know what? If winner gets to join on a creepy cooking staff.
Winner gets to join on a creepy cooking staff where we write ghost erotica.
Oh my God. Holy shit, yes.
Alan has raised the stakes. Alan is
if you're over 18.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But Alan has just raised the stakes. If that doesn't sell you on it, I don't know what will. Get out there. Get to work, kids. You got this. And by kids, I mean anybody who's 18 or older.
You can look up more information also. If you don't see, well, you'll see it in the show notes, but you can also just go to creativehorror.com and you'll find the information there as well.
And while you're there, you can check out some of the other shows we do: Midnight Marinera, Darkly Lit, Trick or Track, The Witching Hour, and many more.
So,
And by many more, I mean like a couple more. You know what I mean?
how do we end this?
Well, the main way we end this is by we get the heck out of the Foundation before anybody realizes we were here. But then again, no one cares because everybody's at home because of the coronavirus.
Still,
So
if we're leaving, mask up, put on your suits,
stand 6 feet apart,
stay safe.
stay home, and be excellent to each other
Wash your hands.
and party on, dudes.
Kiss me right on the mouth.
Good evening, intrepid listeners. This is the Pasta Shade, the host of Midnight Marinera, and this podcast is part of CreativeHorror.com, a network of podcasts and creators working together to build a constructive community of horror fans. For more content like this, visit us at CreativeHorror.com.